Hello everyone. Okay, so welcome you all in the Selenium QA training day 2. So today we will, Madhu have asked me this doubt about last day training, for day 1 training. So what is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing? So I will explain this first and then we will go to the Java and OOPS concepts. Okay. So, see, when you you know what is the meaning of build. When you get a new build, what that means. Um, Naga, can you tell me that what? I mean, if you get a new build, that means what? What do you mean by that? Any idea?
I think it means the new code or something from the,
Develop.
developers.
Very good. That is the exact thing I wanted from you. So yeah, that is the thing. The new code or the change code which we have given with the defects. They rectify that defect and they give the new build to us with their updated code. So what tester will do before taking that build or before taking that change code or updated code, what we will do is we will do some smoke testing on it. So smoke testing is performed to just see that whether the all the critical functionality of that project is correct or not, whether it is executable before going any further with the system testing or regression testing, or if this build is the main functionality is not working fine, then it's of no use of accepting that build for the regression testing. So the main purpose of smoke testing is to see whether it is able to execute in our testing environment. So uh, for example if there is a suppose banking site, we are testing a banking site. So there are many modules like customer information, trading, like how you there is trading also in banking side, that all the mutual funds and all those things. There are that module, finance module, deposit and loan modules are there, and there are different modules and different tester are taking care of these different modules. So what we do is what when they give us build, they integrate all those modules and they give us the build to test. So what happen is sometimes it for them it is working, but when they give to us in testing environment, it is not working and it will um, all the it will not be able to log in. Also sometimes it happens that it is crashing. So it is of no use of accepting that build and go further with the system or regression testing. So we will straight away reject the build and then give it back to the developer, telling that these main functionalities are not working fine, so we cannot accept that build for further testing. So there are some set of important functionality and set of test cases which we do in smoke testing to see that whether the main functionality are working fine or not. So this is all about the smoke testing. Now comes the sanity testing. In sanity testing also we will see uh, when the new build comes up, we will see that what error we have or what defects we have given to them is rectified or not, or whether it is properly bug free or not, which we have given to them. So as the name suggests, sanity means is that defect or the the bugs which we have given have clean or not. Sanity means what? The cleanliness. So that is done or not in our project or software which we are testing. So that area we will cover. majorly on we will focus on that area, not the main functionality as smoke testing says. The sanity testing is, it is more focused on the defect areas only. So that is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing. While doing the sanity testing also, we can just straight away reject the build, saying that the previous error is not being rectified, then what is the use of testing and making it again we will do the same thing. And if there are bugs which are already means like your bugs are already present here, then there is no use of testing it further. So we can straight away we can reject the build if it is there, and if it is passed, all the sanity test cases are passed, then we can accept the build for testing it further for regression testing. So as this diagram you can see, all the time when we get a build, like we have so many iterative builds coming from the developer. So we will do first smoke testing and verify the critical functionality like application are starting successfully or not. And if the software like this, it's not sorry, and if it is working fine, then we can accept the build. Same in sanity testing, that it verify new functionality and bug fixed in the build. Then we then if the test case are passed, yes, then we can accept the build. So hope it is clear to everyone that what is smoke testing and what is sanity testing. Is there any doubt? Still any doubt, Madhu or Naga? Is that clear?
Yes, Shavi, it's clear.
Okay. Who is this? May I know?
Madhu.
Very good. So you have learned how to unmute. That is very good.
Yeah, I finally done.
Good. It's good to hear from you. So, are you clear with what is smoke testing and what is sanity testing? If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Yeah, whatever you have mentioned, I am clear with it.
Okay. So, moving further, we have missed this topic, like what is regression testing and what is retesting. So, I will explain you in very brief way that once you accept the build, right? As I told earlier, that you will the build will go through sanity testing and smoke testing before accepting the build. So once the build is accepted and we start executing the regression testing. So regression testing and retesting is basically, retesting is just to test that particular test case which have the bug or defect in it. Retesting is just to execute one test case which is in which you have logged the defect. But what is regression testing? Regression testing is to make sure that the change new build which you got is all the things which have changed is unaffected by unaffected by the change of code. Like when you do some changes in your code, sometimes you have done changes in one module, and due to that other module can be affected. So you test everything and make sure that because of that change the other functionality has not hampered. So that is the reason we do regression testing again and again, to make sure that because of the code change the other things have not the other defects have not raised due to the code change. So that is the main purpose of regression testing. So here there are some differences, like regression testing is to ensure that changes have not affected the unchanged part, which is suppose sometimes what happen is when the developer are rectifying the defect, it will do some changes in the unchanged part also. So due to that, other defect has been raised. So it is very important for a tester to test each and everything again after getting a new build, so that other defects won't be missed. Okay, so this is all about regression testing and retesting. If you have any doubts, can you ask me? Is that clear with you all?
Yes, Shruti.
Yes, okay. So we will go further and we will learn about Java. Okay, so as today's session is about Java, so I will tell you about a brief history of Java. Java programming language was originally developed by Sun Microsystem, which was initiated by James Gosling, and it released in 1995 as core component of Sun Microsystem in Java platform. Okay, the latest release of Java edition is Java SE8, and I think it is old thing. Now I think it's 15 also is released. We will see right now. Moving further, with the advancement of Java and its widespread popularity, multiple configurations were built to suit various types of platforms. Like different type of Java is worked in different platforms, like J2EE for enterprise application and J2ME is for mobile application. So it can run in many applications. So what is Java? Java is object-oriented programming. In Java, everything is an object and it is based on the object model. We will learn more about the object in detail. But these are all the main features which you should know about the Java. Like Java is platform independent. Unlike C and C++, Java can be compiled in any platform rather into any platform independent bytecode. It can be run in any platform. So that's why Java is so popular these days. It's very simple to learn. If you understand all the OOPS concepts in Java, Java is very simple to learn. And also Java is very secured language. Java is architecture neutral. So what happened is Java can be compiled generally in very neutral object file format, which makes the compiler code executable on many processors with the presence of Java runtime system. So Java is very portable language. Like if you copy your program and you want to run it in any other system, it's very easy for you to take from one system to other system. It's a very robust language. Java makes an effort to eliminate error-prone situation by emphasizing mainly on compile time error and checking, compile time error checking and runtime checking. We will learn about this in detail today. About the
Chavi?
Yes, sir.
There is one candidate. I request you all to please join in time to avoid this embarrassment. Saranya, I think, is waiting in the queue. Can I please admit her, please?
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, going forward, if you miss it, you miss it. Please don't ask 10 times. Simply refer to the recording. Otherwise, please make sure to join at least 5 minutes ahead of time. Otherwise, once you're in presentation mode, now she just broke her continuity. She lost her rhythm. And all of you will also, will break the rhythm. So sorry for the inconvenience, but she pinged me a few times, so I have to reject. My apologies on behalf of the team. Continue the session, please. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So yeah. So yeah, it's a very Java is very robust programming. Also, it is multi-threaded. Multi-threaded means Java's multi-thread feature is it can be write programs that can perform in many tasks simultaneously. Okay, so that way it is multi-threaded, and it has high performance. Java enables high performance in compiling and everything. It's very distributed and very dynamic programming language. Unlike C++, it is very dynamic, and we will learn more about it, that how it is very dynamic. So these are some features of Java. Now coming to the main thing about what is object. See, as the name suggests, object have state and behavior. For example, if you take an example of a dog, what you can say in a very layman language, what are the qualities of a dog? Like dog can be you can find out by their color, name, breed, as well as their behavior. What are their behaviors? So behaviors will be like wagging the tail, barking, eating. So an object is an instant of a class. I am telling you by example that object can be a dog, and its states can be these many things, and its behaviors are like these many things. We will learn with example that first we will go with a class. A class can be defined as a template or blueprint that describes the behavior or state that the object is object of its type and support. For example, if you take it as a class as dog, its string will be breed. String is nothing but the data type. Okay, so its breed and age, color are the states, and barking, hungry, sleeping are all its behavior. So behavior can be taken as a method, and the state can be taken as their data types. Okay, so we will when we go further we will learn, but just an overview is the object is an instance of class. Okay, so we will learn about what is the difference between defect, error, bug and failure. Okay, so in between, if you have any doubt, you can ask me by unmuting yourself. So yeah, going to defect. What is defect? Deviation from a user or client. Sorry, yeah.
Chavi, can you please explain the class and
object,
state, the difference between both?
Yeah, we will go further, and we will learn more about class and an object. Okay, so this is just a brief introduction. That see what is object. Java is an object-oriented programming language. So you learn more about the object and class, which in detail going further. So it's just I'm telling you so that you don't get confused. You know, just remember that object is an instance of a class. Okay. Right now this much is good for you. Going further, we will learn in detail that why, how it is used here, used in the Java. Okay. This much you understood, right? I mean, as an object, like anything can be object, like dog or any vegetable or anything can be object, right? And an object is an instant of a class. So this is a class. This is how we write the class, like public class and the name of the class. Okay, and then we will write the data types. We will learn about the data type also. Data type is the properties of the dog. I mean, here in the example you can see that these are the properties of the dog and these are the methods of the dog. So method means writing, how we will write a function. Function or method is same thing. Okay, so like in other example also I will tell you that addition. If you want to do addition of two numbers or if you want to do addition of three numbers, what you can do is here you will write the add thing, and then like your integer 1 and integer 2. What you do here, you will do the addition a plus b, and we will give the value of a and we give the value of b. Here you can do the addition and then you can return the addition thing. So we will learn so many things about class and object. It's just in a layman language I am telling you that what is object and what is class. So going further we will learn everything in detail. Just to make it simple, I have given you this example. Okay. So going further, we will just discuss about the defects. What are defects and what are errors, bug and failure. Okay, so defect is deviation from user and client requirement. Okay, usually defect is detected by the tester, okay, while doing the testing. So there are two types of defect: internal defect and external defect. It is sorry. So when you do some integration testing or system testing, regression testing, you find a defect by checking that whether the functionality which is given by the client is up to the expectation or not. So if there is any deviation, you just raise a defect. What is error? While executing the code, you get error if your code is not proper. Developer are executing their code, they find some errors in their program. So there are three types of error: syntax error, runtime error and logic error. What is syntax error? When you have an incorrect punctuation, like you forgot the semicolon at the end of your programming, or some punctuations you forgot, so that is called syntax error. Okay, and then comes the runtime error. What is runtime error? Runtime error is an application error that occurs during the program execution. Why? Because of some undefined object error or encoding error. So because of that you get a runtime error. Now comes the logical error. What is logical error? In this error, what you find is you find the outcome, but what happened is, logical error means the calculations which you are doing, right? So if the calculation is telling wrong, like 2 plus 2 is giving 5 and it is giving you the output, but what happened is it is giving you the wrong output. So it is very difficult to find out the logical error, because you have to check it with the expected value and actual value. If the expected and actual is not matching, then it goes to fail. But so unexpected behavior is called the logical error. Okay, I hope I am clear. Now next is bug. So what What is bug meaning? When we raise a defect in our testing, and when the developer accept the defect, that change it into the bug. Okay. Next is failure. So if we are navigating from one page to another and it gives you the error page, or it will not able to navigate from one page to another, or anything as failure, it will get crash when we log into the system, that result as failure. And also when the customer finds the defect in UAT, it is also failure, because if user acceptance testing is they are able to find the defect, that means and that too major defects, that means it's a system failure. Okay.
So, Chavi,
Yes.
can you give me the example of the defect, that internal and external defect?
Yeah. Yeah, correct. I have missed that. So internal and external defects are, see, when we are testing some defects, and we find some defects in our testing, so that is internal defect. And everything you got it about the syntax error, runtime error, logical error.
Yes.
Is that understood? Okay. I will explain you about the internal and external defect in my next class. Okay. I'll take a note of it and I will explain you. Okay. Moving further, as I have in this example, I have told you about the data types. So we have two different types of data types: primitive data type and non-primitive data types. So primitive data types include byte, short, integer, long, float, double, boolean, and character. Okay, so what comes in short? If it is very short value, we will usually give it as give the data type as short. Integer is all the integer, like whole numbers. If the data type is wanted integer, so we will mostly integer is the main data type which we use during our program, or also we use float data type if you want some decimals included in your data type, so we use float. Boolean is when we need true or false, so we take boolean. Character is when there is any alphabets required, so we take character. Okay, non-primitive data types such as string, array, and classes. We will learn more about it in detail in later point of time. So now comes the method. Methods is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Like I have told you about this function or method. So suppose we are doing some addition in our method, and when we return it, it will give you the addition of two numbers. So that is a block of code which will run when it is called. So we will, in our main program, when we call that method, then it will show you the result. Okay, so you can pass data known as parameters. Like I've told you that you can pass two numbers and add it and then return it to the main program. That is method. Method are used to perform certain actions, and they are also known as function. Okay, so this is all about method. Now coming to the access specifiers. There are four types of access specifiers, which are public, private, protected, and default. So what that means is, public access specifiers are open to everyone, accessible to every class. Okay, and private is accessible to the only to the that particular class, which class we have just seen, right, in the dog class. So it is, if you have mentioned those particular variable as private, it will only accessible to that particular class. Okay. Protected means it can be accessed to some other class, but only if you allow them to access. Okay, and default is that you can access inside the class and you can access within the subclass inside the same package. Okay, so that is default. We can see this in detail also in this picture, that access modifier: default, private, protected, and public. So accessible inside the class. So everyone is accessible inside the class. So accessible within the subclass inside the same package. So there is package also. I will explain you later that package is the main program which is written in your one page. So that package can have multiple classes. Okay. So default class can be accessed in that same package, but private variables can only access on that particular class, and protected also can be accessed within the subclasses inside the same package. Okay, and public, so everyone can access, public access specifier. So accessible outside the package, so only public can be accessed outside the package. Accessible within the subclass outside the package, so only protected and public can be accessed outside the package. Okay. So is there any doubt in access specifier? This is only to give the access to your variables. So this come into the picture when you wanted your variables to be private or public or protected and default. Okay. So now what we will do is we will now install now we will do the installation of Java. Have you gone through that that link which I have given to you? Anybody? Have you gone to that link?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Chavi, I have seen that link, but could not install it. I couldn't find time to install it.
No problem. We will do it here.
Even I did it, but mine is a Mac. So
Okay, here is Mac. Okay, so for Mac, I think there is some different process.
it's already been installed in my husband uses he's a Java.
Okay, okay, fine. That will be great then. Okay, then now we will install the Java and Eclipse in our system, whoever has not installed. So first we will install Java, first we will see that whether you have your Java in your system or not, like Madhu said. Madhu, no? You only said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you already have Java, so you just go to the command prompt. You can see my system.
Yes.
Are you able to? Yeah, everybody can see my system, right? So just go to the command prompt. In that search, in this search button, you just write CMD and enter. Are you able to see my command prompt?
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody can go through that command prompt. Now write there Java space hyphen version and enter it. What you get in your as a result? Can you tell me, everyone? Because this is very important to.
It says Java is not
recognized as
Java
an
is not recognized as an internal or
external command. Okay,
Yeah.
that means you don't have Java in your system. Okay, rest everybody, what all you are getting, can you please tell me? It is very important to know that whether you have installed Java or not. Also, you can check Java C space hyphen version and enter. This also gives you the same prompt if you don't have that. Java C is not recognized as an internal or external command. That means Java is not installed in your system. Okay, so no problem. What we will do it, we are going to install the Java step by step. Okay, just exit it from the command prompt and open any browser in your system. Okay, browser is open. Is everybody with me? Okay, search here Java JDK. JDK is nothing but Java Development Kit. Okay, Java JDK download. Then you will find the www.oracle.java SE downloads. Is everybody with me? Then what you do is you click on this first link, okay, which you find here of Java Development Kit, Java SE downloads including Java Development Kit, server Java runtime environment. All these things you find it, and then what you do is you click on the first link which you get in your search option. Okay, everybody got this page? Naga,
Yes, Chavi.
are you with me? Are you able to open this page, or do you have your Java installed?
Yes, Chavi.
Yeah, you don't have
No,
Java,
I don't
right?
have Java on my laptop.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm trying to download it now.
So yeah, in that Java history, I was missed that Java SE15 is the latest version now. Okay, so yeah, Java SE15. See, and next to that there is an Oracle JDK, and just below that there is JDK download. Okay, so just click on the JDK download. Okay, when you click on the JDK download, you will get this site. Okay, when you scroll down, you see that there is Java SE Development Kit 15, because 15 is the latest version. So you will get all the different type of files which are related to Java 15. So we want the Windows 64 installer. Also, I wanted to know that you all have operating system 10. To see your operating system 10, just go to the start button, go to the settings. Settings you have to go inside system, and then when you scroll down there is one about, so just click on about. Here you will find out all about your PC. So you go to the Windows specification and there you see the Windows 10. So mostly you all have Windows 10 operating system, but I just wanted to confirm that you have Windows 10 operating system. So this is the way you can just find out about the Windows about your Windows specification. Okay, so yeah, and also you have 64-bit or not, that is very important. Okay, so in this Windows 64 installer, just click on this link. Okay, JDK 15 Windows x64 bin.exe. Do not click on the zip file, you have to click on the exe file. Okay, are you all with me? Naga, I think you only have to answer because rest all are not
Yes, Chavi.
responding. Okay, so just click on this exe file. Then you will get this pop-up that you must accept the Oracle Technology Network License Agreement on Oracle Java SE to download this software. So you just click on this that I receive and accept the Oracle Technology Network License Agreement for this, and then click on this download .exe file. So once it get downloaded, take few seconds. So it get downloaded, you just click on that exe file. Exe file is nothing but the executable file. Okay.
Will it take some time, Chavi?
Yeah. Yours is done. Exe file is downloaded. Yeah. Then just click. Yeah, it takes some time. Yeah, correct. It takes some time. So just let me know once you are done with your downloading of executable file. So yeah, it will give you this prompt. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? So you select as yes. So is everyone with me? Is it downloaded, Naga?
Not yet, Chavi. Okay. I don't know. It's taking time.
Okay, no problem. It take time because it is doing it the first time in your system now, so it might take time. No problem. Is that exe file? You can see that it is downloading. It take 5 seconds or 4 seconds. It is. Do you see it in your page? Can you share your screen if you don't mind?
Chavi.
Can you share your screen if you have any? If you can.
Yeah, I will try. Like I have never done that before. I'll just try once.
Yes. So I'll stop presenting, and there is one option in. Okay, I'll show you. So there is one present now option when you go click when you go down now, where you unmute yourself. There in next to that there is turn on captions, and then there is present now. Present now. So there you have to click. Naga, or anybody else who can hear me or can unmute yourself.
Yes, Chavi, I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah, entire screen, right? Entire screen or
Entire screen will be good because we have to navigate from here and there now. So entire screen, just select it
okay.
and share. Select that screen and then click on share. You have to select the window which is coming there. Yeah, now we can see your screen. So yeah. So
Okay.
can you show me that browse? Yeah. Just click on that download.
This is one.
Yeah, click on the download. I think EXE is not coming into your.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, reloading and stopping, that's it. It's not going to the next step.
Do you have operating system 10 in your computer?
Yes, yes,
10
Chavi.
and 64 bit. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you once?
Yeah, if it is possible for you to navigate. Settings, yes. And then systems. Yeah, go to fine.
It's Windows 10. And 64 bit, right?
Right. Everything is good.
Okay, Chavi, you can go ahead with the class. Maybe I'll try this later. Or is it necessary to move to the next topic?
Actually, then only you can install Eclipse. So I thought I will install both Java and Eclipse. So just see that whether it is in download folder. Can you go to the download folder in Explorer? Because everybody is not replying. I don't know whether they are able to do it or not. So Radhika or Rupali, are you able to do it?
Actually, yes. Java is installed in my system. Yeah, I told.
Yeah, right? Rupali, you have. You told. Sorry. Yeah, it's installed in your system. So other Saranya, unable to mute. So are you able to do it? Can you reply yes or no, Saranya? Okay, yes. You can do it. Okay, so have you gone to the Explorer? Sorry, I didn't see your system because I was reading the chat. So in download, Naga, do you see in the download there is an exe file for today? Here, download folder. Yes.
There's nothing, right, Chavi?
No, nothing is there. Okay. It should come here because it is not able to download. It is not coming there.
Maybe I'll try.
Yeah, you try. Okay.
I'll try.
Okay. So, moving further, I will just take the. You can stop presenting.
Okay.
Okay, Naga, we
So
will.
you can go ahead with the class.
Yeah, we will do it offline. If you want to help me out, we will do it, Naga. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Chavi. No problem.
Okay. So, moving further, once we have downloaded, and we click on the exe file, we will get one option which I have showed you, and we have to click it on yes. So we will just go to that folder and see that whether our Java JDK file is installed or not. So we will go to this folder, C drive, this PC, then C drive folder, then program file, inside this there is a Java folder. In Java you can see that Java 15 is installed. Okay, just click on the Java 15 folder. You can see these are the files which are in Java 15 folder. The bin is the important file in this. Okay, so the bin is very important folder, and there in here in bin we have all the Java related files which help to execute the Java program, and Java C file is also here. You can see all these files are executable files are here in this folder. So what's the next step? Next step is just to click here in the path. So next step is that this bin folder is in our environment variable, so that we can run all the Java related command from the command prompt. So we'll just copy this path up to bin folder of Java JDK, then we go to your window icon. Okay, we'll copy this and we'll go to the start option here, window icon, and then we will go to the settings. Settings, then system. Here what we will do, we will search with an environment variable. Okay, now we'll edit the system environment variable. This second option we will select. Okay, is everyone understanding what I am doing? Okay, we will select the edit the system environment variable. We'll click here. This opens the system property. Then we will go to the environment variables. Okay, so here in environment variable, we'll go to the system variable window, and what we will do is we'll little bit scroll down. Then we will click on the path, and then we will click on the, we'll select the path and we will click on the edit. Okay, so here, is everyone with me? I'm going very slow so that you can,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going very slow because so that you can follow what I am saying. Okay, so just click. I have already added this. You can see Java 15 bin. So what you do is just click on new, and you will get this where you can add. Just Control V. Okay, but I have already added, so I'm not gonna save it. Okay, and once you copy it, press the OK button. Okay, I'm pressing cancel because it's already in my folder, so I'm just pressing the cancel one. But you have to click on OK, not the cancel. Okay. Now what you do is, I hope everybody have done that. Also what you do is, also you want to develop Java or Java related tools, so you might also set up the Java home environment variable. Okay, so to set the Java home environment variable, what you can do is just click on the new. Okay, you click on this new, there you write the Java home in caps. Okay, and what you will do is, you will go to the bin folder again and just go back so that you don't have the bin folder. You don't need the bin folder here in Java environment variable. You just have to copy till JDK 15 folder. Okay, just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so everybody is with me. So you don't need a bin folder here, and then just click on OK. I am clicking cancel because I have already set that variable. So just click on OK. OK and OK again. Okay. So again, you just go to the command prompt, click on the command prompt, will open this window. Just write there what we have written before, Java space hyphen version. Then you must find that this Java version 15 2020 is installed in your system. Okay, also you search that Java C space hyphen version, enter. See, here you can see that Java C, Java compiler 15 is installed in your system. So everybody is getting this this result. Is everyone with me? I'll just see the messages.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, for Radhika is still downloading exe file. Okay. Saranya, no. Okay. So can you share the screen, Saranya, if it is possible, or Radhika, so that I can explain you? Okay. If anybody can, I'm stop presenting. Saranya, good. Okay, so what problem you are facing, Saranya? Okay, can you go to the Java folder like C Explorer, Windows Explorer? Can you go to the Window Explorer? Okay, great, Radhika. Installation done. So Radhika, just check that whether you have that command. Go to the command prompt and then check that Java. Type Java hyphen. Oh, it's done. Okay, great. So Radhika is done with the Java. Yeah, write Java space. Then give the space hyphen version. Yeah. Enter. See, it's done. Java 15 and Java C space hyphen version. Right. Enter. Yeah, it's done, Saranya. Yeah, so Java is installed in your system. Great. Yes, so that's done. Anybody has any other doubt? Till now we are done. We are good. So only Naga is left, right? Naga, are you able to like find out that what is the problem?
Yes, Chavi,
You still execute.
I'm still trying. I have Norton on my laptop, so does it affect anything?
Sorry, I didn't get you. What? You are not in your laptop means?
I have Norton antivirus thing on my
no,
laptop.
I don't think so. Norton doesn't make any difference. I mean,
it
that
won't
is just
affect,
an
right?
anti. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Mm.
It's just an antivirus, so it should not affect.
I'll keep trying, Chavi. No problem.
Yeah. Or else we will do it offline. I mean, after class or something, I can help you if you have time. Yeah. So also, when you go to the command prompt, just type echo space percentage, then Java underscore home in caps, and then percentage.
Yeah, please share your screen so that we can see.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So I will type. I will share this with share this in chat also. That what you have to write. If you are not able to see, it's very small. No? So just type echo percentage, then in caps Java underscore home, then again percentage. Okay, this you have to write in your command prompt and then enter it. So it will tell you that this is the path where your all the JDK files are stored. So your environment variable is set. This means that your environment variable is set in this this folder. Okay, so that also make sure that your environment variable is also properly set. So are you able to see this path when you type this echo percentage Java underscore home percentage?
Yes, for me.
Okay, great. Okay, no. You have to get this this folder which we have written. No, this folder should come, Saranya. Maybe your space, you are not writing space in between echo or percentage. Just try one more time, Saranya, so that it should come. Because percentage Java underscore home will not work. Are you able to see my screen, Saranya? That this C colon hash program files Java JDK -15 should come when you type echo percentage Java underscore. Okay. No, you are not writing echo, I think. You have to write echo percentage. See, you have to write whole of this. You are writing percentage Java underscore percentage, I think. Radhika. So Saranya, are you able to get it with only yes? I'm not able to find out whether you are able to get that path or not, because this is very important, because this is setting our variable environment. No? Okay, can you share your screen again, Saranya? No, Radhika, this is not working. That means yeah. Can you make it full screen? Thanks. Now type echo ECHO. Just copy paste it. Okay. Okay. For Radhika, for you also the same thing. That means you have to again go to the
So Chavi, for this one, can we have to set the variable first?
Yes, yes. You have not set the variable. I have told you no that go to
Yeah,
that.
actually, I am Rupali and I have set everything.
Okay. So, what you are trying to say? Sorry, I couldn't hear you properly.
Actually, I want to say that
Mhm.
to get the path for Java, do
Yeah.
we have to set system variable first?
Yes, you have to set the system variable first, which I have already, which explained
Yes,
no, that
yes,
going to the new folder and then set the
yes. I
environment
did it.
variable.
I
You did
I
it.
did it.
You did,
Yeah,
and
and
are
it's showing
are
me the
you?
path. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
showing me
showing
the path.
you correct. So with that same command which I have sent you right from echo percentage Java home.
Yes.
Yes, so you are getting it is good. So it should get. So for Saranya and Radhika, can you again go to that all through again? Go to the setting. Go to the setting. Yeah, and go to search option, environment. Second option. Yeah, click on this. Yes, second option. Then environment variable. Yes. Then click on new. This you have already set. Okay. Now just click on new. Yeah, click on new. Here you have to write Java underscore home in caps. You have to write it in caps. That is important. Java underscore home. Yes. And then next is your value. In that value you have to write that folder. Yeah, with till JDK, not bin. Okay, just go to that folder. Yeah, and no bin. Yes, just select it and copy paste it there. Yes, here, and then click on OK, and then click on OK. Yes. Now just go to the command prompt. Yes, just first close all your command prompt. Exit it. Exit. You type EXIT here or close it. Yeah. Now again go to the command prompt. Yeah. Now write echo. Yeah. No, not this. Echo, or you copy paste from my this thing. Copy from me what I have messaged you know. That will be like easy. Yeah. Enter. Yeah, see now you are getting. Maybe you have not written it in caps. That's the issue. Yeah. Now Saranya is done. So Radhika, you are remaining. So Radhika, you can stop sharing if you want. And Radhika, can you do the same thing and see that whether you are getting it or not? Or you can share your screen. I can help you. Yes means okay. Yes is that previous one. Sorry. Yeah, Radhika is there. Okay, just go to the command prompt and can you show me that what error you are getting? Okay, so just exit it. Close this command prompt. Cool. And again open the command prompt. Just see that whether it is showing because you have to close all the command prompt. So just go to the command prompt again. Yeah. Okay, and just copy that echo percentage home one. Enter. Yeah, maybe you have not closed the command prompt. That is why you are that is not refreshing. So now you are getting that path. So you have properly set it. Okay, so we will wind up this session here only.